Hey, replay viewer. I haven't sang to you in a while. Hey, replay viewer. You're watching the replay, meaning you missed it. You missed it. It's fine. Hi, Gary. Hi. How are you? I'm trying not to be too loud because I might have neighbors one day and I should get used to speaking in a lower tone. So I was telling replay viewer that if what I'm saying is resonating with you, you do not have to be alone in the replay. You can tap that screen and become kinesthetic with the message, because it's gonna be a good one today. A little bit of a transparent scope, I believe. And thank you for those brown chocolate hearts. They go well with my brown chocolate skin tone. Thanks for that, Gary. Thank you so much for sharing too. I really appreciate you doing that. So good to see you. It feels amazing to see you. Hey, Bayaz Marty. How are you? Welcome to the scope. So, without further ado, I am going to introduce myself. My Gary, my wonderful Gary. So, I am your world-class personal development I forgot who I was for a second. I am your world-class personal development coach, speaker, and life enthusiast called to serve those who want to live more like their unique selves now. Right now, this minute, right now, not in the new year, not on Mondays, not in 2 weeks, but this moment right now. The new year is coming up though, so why not use the collective energy and the buzz around the new year and everybody trying to do something different to push yourself to actually do something? Why not? Get that momentum going, right? Okay, so what I'm talking about today is about animosity and leaving it behind in 2016. And as much as I enjoy coming up with a new resolution and moving your passion forward, there is something to be said about leaving bad habits behind. There's something to be said about putting what's not working for you anymore to bed. And there's something there's something behind just moving. Hey, Rita! Hey! Moving forward with the best of you and leaving the nonsense and the chaff, as Gary would call it, behind. Hey, Rita! I don't want to be a stranger. Hey, Ad Walker! Thanks for retweeting. Hey, James! Welcome to the scope. How are you? I don't want to be a stranger, Rita. I just can't hop into this. Thanks for coming back, Gary. Hey, Ad Walker. I don't want to be a stranger, Rita. Hi, James. Hi. I haven't seen you in a while. Thanks for inviting your followers, Rita. You know the connection is so bad. Yesterday I cut my scope off and I couldn't even finish it. Hopping into a scope is literally like just me seeing a black screen and pain. Thank you for those green hearts, those brown chocolate hearts. Ah, there's snowmen! Ah! There's snowmen! Those blue hearts, those green hearts, those brown chocolate hearts, those teal hearts. What up, Mr. CEO Ernie Perry? How are you? Back to it. The animosity is something. Hey, Ernie Perry, how are you? Animosity is something that I would like us all to leave behind. There are some situations that have happened in 2016 or beyond that maybe we've held in our hearts for a while. And I'm saying, if this is the right time, if you feel, are you back in the U.S.? I am not back in the U.S. yet, James. But if you're asking, I hope it's because the connection is good and it doesn't fail me like yesterday. Yeah, animosity is something that I would really like to leave behind in 2016 and start 2017 or this moment right now, wink, 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 fresh. Just, it feels good. Connection is great. Oh, wonderful. Good. That makes me so happy. It feels good to start a new day or continue a day you're already living. It lifts up your spirits when you're able to get that thing off your chest. I'm all about making your dreams become a reality and bringing them into where you're at right now. But there's also something to be said about letting go of the stuff that weighs you down, letting go of the ball and chain that weighs you down. That doesn't help at all. So, a moment of transparency, right? There have been times in my life where obviously there's some things that I have to get off my chest to say to certain people. If you're an employer, so true. Thanks for that, James. Y'all see I'm sweating here? Like, this glow is real. It's called sweat. It's like 84 degrees here today. for instance, in business, right? Ooh wee, I just scoped something. Did you really? Oh my goodness. Okay, everybody go watch Rita's Scope after this. Go watch Rita's Scope. Go watch Rita's Scope. I'm sure it was fire. I'm sure it was fire. Of course, Rita's Scopes are always amazing. Anyway, what was I saying? As a business owner, hey Minnie Mouse, Snapchat Brigade in the building. Hi, welcome. There's always, as a business owner, there's some people that you have to, hey Evangelist Kelly, how are you doing? There's always some people on staff that you have to let go, or that you have to have stern conversations with, or just have conversations with. And it's difficult, right? It's hard to fire someone. It's hard to tell someone, hey, blessings to you as well. Thank you. Thanks for coming back, Kalani. It's difficult. And even as a human being, when it comes to the people in your life, you kind of sometimes have to step up and say, what? Hey, Nachi, I'm good. Thanks for asking. Thank you so much. I feel really good. Today's been a great day. I'm about to share that letting animosity go in 2016 is good. Letting animosity go now, right now, because you're living like you every moment, right, is always good. Your day is going to feel much lifted. So today I was able to share something with someone that I've held in my heart for a really long time. For like, I'm going to say 6 months. I'm going to put a name on it, 6 months. If you do not let them go, they may continue to be an irritation to you. Exactly. James is spot on with that. And it's not even like about them necessarily. It's you continuously carrying this unnecessary torch. Yes, it is Walkover Fresh in 2017. You're on it. Yes. Evangelist, Kelly, welcome. Yes, that's exactly what you're talking about. Leaving that stuff behind feels good. I feel elated today. I got a friend back. I have a much better relationship with myself as well. So, that's actually point 2 of the scope. Letting go of the animosity, it takes time. Letting go of something that's in your heart takes time. Letting go of the hurt. I held a grudge for 2 years because I didn't want conflict between me and the person. Unnecessary weight. Yo. Fantastic. Oh, y'all, you're with me. You're with me then. You guys are all with me. You get it. You get it. You get it. Holding on to that, like, it hurts. And that's, like, I want to say that it's not, I want you to live like you now, right? I want you to live like you now. Awesome is so true. Self-love means letting go, releasing your spirit and mind. Yes, Callie. I told them and it felt so great after. Exactly. Like, and a lot of it sometimes is letting go of the expectation. I know there is something I had in my heart for 2 years, and letting it go was for me, not so much for the other person. I was like, this is driving me insane. Hey, Jimmy, I see. How are you? It's driving me insane. I need to let this go. Healing. Exactly. Rita's on it. Boom. Y'all, we're going to watch Rita's replay scope, right? It takes time. It doesn't always happen just like that. So I'm saying live like you now, but I do acknowledge that we're fully human and it takes time and repeated action. Welcome back, Gary. And repeated action to actually let go of the animosity. I took some notes. It also takes time. So number 1, it takes time. Number 2, it takes effort. You saying you want to let go of something is not enough. It's enough to get the ball rolling. Hey, Roma, how you doing? It's enough to say it. It's good because you bring it to the forefront of your mind, but it also takes effort. You have to, hey, Roma, how are you? You have to, you find yourself continuously moving forward. You have to take actual steps to move forward and move the animosity out. Another thing is that you need is will. The will to want to actually let go of the animosity. And that's so huge. It's point 3, but it's so huge. If you have something that you want to let go, that you're telling your friends, oh, I want to, like, for instance, letting go of an ex or something. You can't say I want to let go of someone while your other hand is holding on to them for dear life. The will is split. The will is split. Woo! That's right, Ed Walker. The will is split. Right. Thank you for those blue hearts. I see those snowmen and they match my shirt. Hey. I know I'm old enough to be your mom. Just want to say you're so adorable. I commend you. Stop it, Evangelist Callie. Thank you so much. I needed to get rid of it in order to grow as a person. 100%. You have to be completely honest with yourself. Y'all are on it, baby. Let's just do a group scope right now. Pink hearts, green snowmen. As a young person carrying this mindset. Thank you. Beauty girly. Thanks, Roma. Thank you. So I said it takes time. It is going to take time. It is going to take time. Kalani shared 2 years. I have a 2-year story myself. I have a 6-month story myself. My 19-year-old would listen to this for sure. Thank you for listening, Evangelist Kelly. Thank you. Jimmy, I see you are so true. Thanks, Jimmy. I'm glad, but this stuff is universal. We know it takes time. It also takes effort. You have to continuously try to work on that animosity. The third thing I said was will. It takes will. Y'all, you actually have to want to let go of the animosity. And that's so key. That's so key. Like, you can't be holding on to it saying, I'm never letting this go. And just keeping it and saying, no, but I want to let it go. Meanwhile, this hand is like, no, we're not. Like, you can't. How? Let me know how that works out for you. That's 2 steps forward and like 3 steps backwards. Amen. Nothing and nothing outward. Yes, Evangelist Callie is on it. The third thing is willingness. You have to have a willingness to let go. It's different from the will. The will is, hey, 111111111. How are you? Welcome to the scope. And then the fourth one was willingness. The fifth is forgiveness. You have to be able to forgive whatever situation happened. You have to be able to forgive the person or people. You have to be able to forgive the experience. You have to be able to forgive that entire thing for you to move forward. And sometimes these things take time. I was saying, and there was an old scope that I did, I'm going to have to refresh, but I said forgiveness isn't forgetting, right? And I'm still going to say that with this one. I'm not saying forgive and forget. I'm not saying forget and not learn from it, because forget means something different. Forgiveness means something different. You have to forgive. Can I reintroduce myself really quickly? My name is Coach Nachi, and I am your world-class personal development coach, speaker, and life enthusiast called to serve those who want to live more like their unique selves right now. Not in 2 weeks, not on Monday, not in the new year, not just in the new year. The new year is coming. It is upon us, and there is a lot of energy around the new year, and use it. I'm all about using it, but I'm 100% more about living like you right now, this minute right now. A lot. Yes. You can't forget a memory, but you can forgive yourself for holding on to the negative emotion. Exactly. Thank you so much for those blue snowmen, Rita. They look so wonderful. I'm not ready. Did you see that comment, Rita? Listen to this girl. Thanks, James. Thank you, James. Minnie Mouse. Oh, yeah, y'all are talking. Right now, why wait 3 days for you to let go of something that you might actually be ready to let go of? Today, the moment hit me. I was like, I'm ready to move forward. And luckily, it ended up in me feeling much better about a relationship that I was feeling insecure about, that I was feeling angry about, and a situation that I had to fully forgive myself and the other person and the situation for. It takes time. It took, this particular thing took 6 months. 6 months ago, if I had tried this, I was feeling too insecure, too scared, too anxious to do anything about it. But today, listening to music, looking at the zombie in clouds, I was like, I'm ready. So if you are ready and you haven't taken stock of that, take stock of it right now. There's nothing like transparency and being vulnerable. No, exactly, it's true. And even when it comes to like confronting a situation, when you come from a place of you, when you come from a place of knowing you, what up, Brooke Maddox? Welcome to the scope. I saw some yellow hearts. They looked so pretty, and yellow snowmen. It is hard, Ad Walker. It is so hard to be vulnerable. But I have found when it comes to, hey, Brooke, I found that when it comes to being, when you're talking to someone, if you have, I'm saying it takes time. The number one thing I said was time, because it's important. If something happens and you're still raw, okay, you haven't had time to find the will, you haven't had time to gauge your willingness, you haven't had time to forgive, you haven't, sure, I'll be right here, Callie. You haven't had time to really digest what's happened and find out what it is you want. If you just go out guns blazing trying to mend a situation, sometimes it winds up being worse because you're coming from an attack point of view. You're coming from an attack perspective, as opposed to coming from, you know what, this is where I'm at with this, what can we do to make this better? And that comes out in your vibe. That comes out in the words that you use. That comes out in what you're talking about. I feel like you need to learn to be vulnerable with yourself first. Ooh, Kalani, your Snapchat brigade. You got me shaking this phone like it's nothing. Yes, exactly. And I believe you have to know you in order to live like you. 100%. You can't make moves that matter if you don't know who you are, and you have to be vulnerable with yourself. The second point I really want to make is leave the animosity. Welcome back, Rita. Is leaving the animosity that we have for ourselves in 2016 and every day. Because we live like ourselves now in this moment, right? We carry so much animosity for ourselves. It is just stupid. Like, not stupid as in stupid dumb, but stupid as in like a lot. We carry so much animosity for ourselves. I don't know how we continue to like live with ourselves sometimes. Truly. And some people don't. Some people self-destruct. Hey, welcome back, Gary. Welcome back. I urge you and I encourage you to find the will and the willingness and to forgive yourself for whatever it was. Hey, Anthony, welcome to the scope. To forgive yourself for whatever happened this year, whatever happened last year, whatever happened 2 days ago, whatever happened 2 weeks ago. Find the will. Make the time to thank you. Thank you so much for that. This is a great scope. Thanks, Ad Walker. I really appreciate that. Find the will, the strength, make the time to forgive yourself. Hey, Anthony. Welcome. What up, Mr. Proctor? What up, baby? Heart Brigade. Find the will, the time, make the effort to forgive yourself. Hey, if there's one person you need to definitely leave animosity behind for in 2016, today, right now, because we're about living like you now in this space, it's you. I don't know what you were doing, spending 24 hours a day, 7 days a week with someone that you are angry with. It's hard to forgive others, but 1,000 times harder to forgive yourself. Hey, Sean. Hey, Cameron. How are you? Welcome to the scope. That's true. There's definitely some truth in that, Kalani. It is difficult to forgive ourselves because we don't. Hey sis, God bless from Michigan. What up, Michigan in the house? Hey, Cameron. Hey, Sean, how are you? It is difficult to forgive ourselves, but that's something that I really like to talk about, which is building your reputation with yourself. In 2017, if there's one thing that we should all be working on, is building our reputation with yourself. Unforgiveness is a slow death. Ooh, tell it, Cameron from Michigan. Tell the people. It is an incredible slow death. You are, again, with yourself 100% of the time, even when you're sleeping, right? You wake up with yourself, you bathe with yourself, you eat with yourself, you are with yourself all the time. It makes sense for that person to be your ally. It makes sense for that person that you're with all the time to be your cheerleader and your support system. It doesn't make sense for the person that you're with to be the person that you hate the most. The person that you carry the most animosity and anger for. That's not going to work out. I'm sure if you've ever had a roommate situation where you're living with someone, you're like, ugh, you're happy when they leave. You never leave yourself. You never leave yourself. Even if you decided to use substances, you don't leave yourself. You come back right to yourself. That's the first person that you wake up to when you are out of your substances. That's true, Ed Walker, yes. The way you treat others is how you feel about yourself. Cameron, get it. Evangelist, welcome back. I'm going to repeat. I'm leaving behind a relationship with my brother because he's emotionally abusive and it's hard. It is so hard. It is so difficult to leave a relationship that is with someone that you care about. And it takes an inordinate amount of self-love and like knowing yourself and knowing that this situation isn't good for me, I need to excuse myself from this narrative, from this situation, because this is not working for me. So, Brooke, yo, that's tough. That's so tough, especially with blood. That's so tough. I commend you for that. It's no, he won't, and he won't. He really won't, because there's probably taken it a very different way too, very different way. So let me reintroduce myself really quickly. My name is Coach Nachi. I am your world-class personal development coach, speaker, and life enthusiast. Called to serve those who want to live more like their unique selves. My daughter needs to listen to this. Bring her on here. Bring her on here. Let me do that. There you go. If you're interested in the scope, follow. If you like the scope, share it. Someone needs to hear it. I'm talking about letting go of animosity in 2016. Right? But this is Live Like You Now. It's about living like you now, not in 2 weeks, not on Monday, not in the new year. About right now. Right now, this minute right now. But this is the new year, right? It's coming. It's in a couple days. Collective energy. Let's just ride that train. I like riding that train. It's a good train to ride. I love the new year. One thing to leave behind, I'm all for making a resolution. I'm all for moving forward and doing something with the collective energy. But I'm also about letting go of things that aren't working for you. I'm about letting go of something that no longer serves you. Why would you carry it through to your new evolution, to your new step, if it's not working for you anymore? So we talked about letting go of animosity. We talked about letting go of the things that you just don't need to bring with you. But I also said it takes time. I'm going to be realistic. It takes time. It takes time. I shared a story about my 6 months that today I finally was able to let go and find the words and the will and the strength and the effort to say what I needed to say that was in my heart. Someone shared about 2 years. Kalani shared about something that she held in her heart for 2 years and how it felt good to let it go. Sometimes it is going to be so tough to say what's in your heart. It's going to be tough to say what's vulnerable for you. But at the end of the day, when you've given yourself the time, when you've made the effort, when you've found the will to let go, when you are willing to let it go, when you've forgiven the situation, yourself, them, their mother, the whole thing, the words are easier. The words change. The words that you're using. I love the encouragement in this scope. Y'all are just so powerful, you don't even know it. Those blue hearts, I saw some pink hearts, some green hearts, green snowmen. Look at that. When you find the will to move forward and get yourself out of an animosity or even a relationship, that's not working for you, what I'm trying to say is you will find the words. The second point I made was letting go of the animosity that we have towards ourselves. So even in a situation where you have to let go of someone that you care about, like Brooke shared, and that Brooke, you're not alone in that. It's not been with my brother, but it's been someone with people who I really, really cared for, or even when it's something as simple as a breakup with a friend, or a coworker, or an employee, or whatever. When you're letting go of people, there's some part of hey, Prophet Augustine, drop weights, they hold you down. Yes, Callie. You have to kind of also forgive yourself after you make a move that's for yourself. Because sometimes we hold ourselves to these standards that don't work for us. Do you know what I mean? We hold ourselves to standards that don't work for us and don't help us. It doesn't make sense to hold on to a toxic relationship when it deteriorates us, when we're not equipped to handle that type of relationship. It doesn't make any sense to do that. And the decision to let go is a tough decision. Because you second guess yourself, you wonder if you're being a bad this, a bad that. But it's a tough choice. Letting go is tough. It is. Ed Walker, it is. Ed Walker, what is your name? Did we go over this? What is your name? It's tough. So I appreciate you all sharing that. Thanks. Anthony. Are there 2 Anthonys in the scope? Haha! Are there 2 Anthonys in the scope? Yes. I love it. Did you guys like the scope? Yes. It was born from, remind them of the word God said, come out from among them. Hey, Cameron. Mr. Proctor. Love it. Letting go, knowing the other person has such a distorted view that he will tell others. That he will tell to others. Yeah. That's a tough one as well. Yes. Hey, Mr. Proctor. Callie. Evangelist Carrie. What's up? I really enjoyed having you guys here. Thank you so much for coming through. Those green snowmen, those blue snowmen, those light blue snowmen, and I'm sure there's some others. Ooh, purple snowmen. Sometimes Periscope doesn't tell me what colors are in here. Hey, Prophet Augustine, I hope the connection is okay. Can you all tell me if the connection is okay? Put a 1 if the connection is good, put a 2 if it's not. I need to know if this time is better for me to be scoping, because yesterday I got cut off with the rudeness, and I'm not. Oh, it's bad, Kalani. Oh, okay, I'm glad. Okay, 11111, Rita. Did y'all remember Rita had an amazing scope that she did? The blue, Rita, the blue. Good connection, yup, but it's okay. Okay, awesome. She had an amazing scope that was very similar to this one. So much. Oh, Brooke, yesterday I was dying. I was so frustrated. I called the company and you know what? This is not the time for that. About to start venting. There was another example. Have any had 3,000 hearts? Go ahead, Mr. Proctor, baby, get it. Has anybody ever shared something, let go of it, and hey, Sarah, Snapchat Brigade, what? I'll tell you another transparent story. There was a time where I had something, amen, I'll have to check it out. We have encouraged each other. Yeah, we really do. We really do. Jimmy, I see. Welcome back, boo. Hey. 2 years. There have been Smiles and Trials. I love that name. Hey, Smiles and Trials, how are you? There was another time. I'll just share if you think this resonated with you and you think it'll resonate with others. Hey, Smiles and Trials, and follow if you like this content. I like to produce good content when I can. You can unfollow if you don't like it after a while. You wish I was in my city? I'm in Lusaka. You see this glow? It's sweat. I'm sweating. It's 84 degrees. I'm hot. I'm trying to tell you another transparent story. Sometimes I'm wearing long sleeves too. This is for you all, because I was wearing like a tank top and everything. Look, yes, Brooke. Well, it was 84 earlier. I'm sure it's like less than that now, but I'm hot. I'm in Lusaka. I'm in Zambia. It is cold in Michigan. Hey. Sorry. I'm coming out, 2K17. What up? It's 80 over here. Is it? You're in Florida, right? That's crazy. It's cold in Minnesota. I love this. Where is everybody right now? While I remember the story that I'm trying to tell you all of a transparent moment. I'm in Georgia. Oh, that's right. Georgia. Hey, 2 Georgias. Alabama. Georgia. What up, Brooke? So many Georgias. I need to go visit Georgia. That's what I need to do. I've been to Atlanta, but Boston. Aww. Those sad faces. Washington, D.C. I do need to come, Anthony. Missouri. NC, North Carolina. Take your shirt off. I love that song. Michigan, go blue. ATL, turn up. Come to Augusta. Oh my god. I want to come to Georgia. The story that I wanted to share with you was there was a time in my life when a relationship was not working. A personal relationship, not a romantic relationship. With a really good old friend. It was tough. It was really tough. I gave it time. I gave it effort. I had the willingness to let go. Except what held me back was trying to be a good friend. What held me back was trying to figure out what it meant to be a good friend to this person with their particular situation. It's difficult, because sometimes there is no kind of rule book on how to be a good friend versus how to not be a good friend in certain situations. It's tough. It's really tough. And I had to, yes, you know exactly what I'm talking about, Brooke. And I had to, long story short, exit the situation. I had to exit the friendship. And it was one of the toughest decisions I've ever had to make. I don't like letting go of people. And as a coach, as a person, as who I am, this is something that I still think about whether or not it was the right decision to make. Now, when I'm calm, peaceful, and relaxed, I do believe it was the right decision to make, but sometimes, sometimes things happen and you think, oh, was that really the right thing to do? I can completely relate to that. I had to let go of friends, right? It's difficult. At the end of the day, I do believe 85% of me and above believes that decision I made was right. Was it a hard conversation to have? Yeah. It was not even, and these things are not just one conversation either, they drag. It's so hard. I don't understand those people that can just cut people off. Sometimes you have to let go when it's not healthy. Exactly, Burke and Anthony. It was not healthy at all. And I had to let it go. What ended up happening was I was able to let it go. But it wasn't one of those situations where I feel great. It was where your heart is so heavy. My relationship with them wasn't good. Your heart is so heavy, but it's something that you have to do for you. And it's something that you have to understand, and it has to come from a place of love. It sounds so cliche, but it has to come from a place of loving somebody. It has to come from a place of loving them enough to be like, I have to let go of you. Amen. It's not easy, but the word reminds us that no one can come before God except the Lord first. Go ahead, Cameron. Preach, honey. And love, then he will give you the desires of your heart. I love that, Cameron. And love for yourself as well. Love for you as a person. It has to come through in that relationship and letting go. So when I talk about what you allow will continue, it's true. And it deteriorates your relationship with yourself, your reputation with yourself, and your standard for yourself for future relationships. Because if you continue, hey, Smiles and Trials, I hope the connection is okay. I see you keep coming in and out. I hope it's all right. Yeah, letting go of what you need to let go is important. You guys have been pumping those hearts the entire time, and I am so touched. Thank you so much. Those purple snowmen look so funny. Anyway, when I talk about letting go of animosity and letting go of what's in your heart, it's not that oh, you keep getting texts. They want you, girl. They want you. Where you at? That's so funny. Popular. Welcome back, Mr. Ernie Perry. Were you also getting texts? I'm gonna wrap up soon. Yeah, letting go of the animosity. People don't leave me alone. Okay, girl, Smiles and Trials. I wonder why. You keep smiling at them. Letting go of the animosity in your heart towards a certain situation is important. It takes time. It takes effort. It takes will. It takes willingness, and it takes forgiveness. And I'm sure it takes a few other things, but those are what I could remember. And those are what comes to mind is important. You can't say you want to let go of the hurt and whatever that this person did to you while you're still holding on to it and find some sort of weird strength in it. And you know what I'm talking about. There's some people who find power in holding on to grudges. There's some moments where we find power in holding on to grudges because we feel it makes us better people. It doesn't. Let that shit go. Animosity is not your friend. It doesn't do anything for you. Especially when it comes to yourself. You're welcome, Mr. Anthony. I needed this. I'm so glad. I'm really glad. Let it go. But I say that with utmost respect. I found so much power in letting go and forgiving. Me too, Kalani. Me too. I love that. Me as well. It feels good. Sometimes, not so good. But it's important to let it go anyway, because you know it's not serving you. The animosity, can we let go of some of that this year? If we find a moment to let go of the animosity, can we do that? But again, I don't say this disrespectfully because I understand. It takes time. 5,000 hearts. Oh, Mr. Proctor. Hey, come through. Thank you so much. Thank you. There are hearts now, Mr. Proctor. You run this with me. Yeah, let go of that animosity. I forgot what I was saying, but really let go of that animosity. And I'm gonna go take a shower or something because this glow is not my friend. It's hot up in here. Let's let go of some animosity if we can this year. Today even. Send somebody a text, I forgive you. Or, hey, are we okay? Or, hey, what's going on with blah, blah, blah. That glow, though, it's sweat, Brooke. I am sweating. The Periscope camera is not as, like, point resolution, and that works in my favor today, because I am sweating. It's sparkle. Yes. Let's let some animosity go for 2016. You got some days. All natural. I'm gonna go, guys. I'm gonna go take a bath and take myself to bed. It's almost 10 p.m. here. Thank you so much for coming through, and I appreciate you all being here and listening and being present and with me. Have a great day, Smiles and Trials. Get those texts, honey. Oh, bye. It was really great to see you too, Brooke. Have a wonderful day, Anthony. Who else is in here? Let me do a roll call. James, Brooke, Mr. Proctor, Mike, Gary, Kalani, Rita. We're all gonna watch Rita's Scope, right? The one that she did before this one that is similar topic to continue the momentum. It was good. Rita, throw up some emojis so that people can see you. And Tiffany. Night. Good. Rita's amazing. Bye, Boo Proctor. Bye, Mr. Proctor. Okay, wonderful. So I'm signing out now.